It's always been a bit of a royal thing to go on a tour with your child. The South Africa tour, Archie being 4 months old, and off we went and we took him with us. And it was the first time that we sort of traveled as a family for official work. It was a real strange experience.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are opening up about what it was like bringing a baby into the royal family. In the 4th episode of Netflix's docuseries Harry and Meghan, the couple shared what the tabloids said and the scrutiny they faced when it came to keeping their first child, Archie, private.
Archie's just been born. Media, social media starts to sort of take on a life of its own. Someone in the media posting a photograph of a couple with a chimp, and at the top it said, "Royal baby leaves hospital." So that was one of the first things that I saw.
It was a metaphor for the way this family were being treated, that their dignity and their right to be treated equally and have their humanity respected and acknowledged was secondary to a white patriarchal media establishment.
Were you aware of the pressure on them to go pose for the media at that time?
At the time of Archie's birth, Meghan's mom, Doria, stayed with them and helped take care of her grandson, while Meghan and Harry dealt with the media glare.
I was with her. I mean, I was there. I'd been there a month. Yeah. Yeah, and that, well, they had already, you know, just stripped both of them of any kind of privacy. It was almost like, it's not your child, it's the institution's child. She's saying, no, this is my baby. I was there when she brought him home from the hospital. You know, tiny little thing. I'd never been a grandma. I mean, I'm new to being a grandma.
My mom stayed with us for a month solid, and it was great to have her there. But then after that, we were in a position where we didn't have someone to help us with Archie.
After Doria left to go back to the States, Meghan and Harry explained that they needed help again, and that was when they hired their nanny, Lauren Kumalo, who was very excited to get the job.
I had this phone call, and they were like, Prince Harry and Meghan would like to see you and speak to you about looking after Archie. I was like, hang on a minute, I need to sit down. I remember just driving so far. I think I did get a ticket, actually. Yes, I did. When I arrived at Frogmore Cottage, I see this guy. He's tall, he's ginger, and he's walking barefoot. And I have gone and bought a new pair of shoes in Clark's. And suddenly, whatever I thought or felt, the formality just sort of slid. And I felt so at ease. In the morning when he woke up, first thing Mum and Dad would come in. They would be with their baby, she would feed him. And then after that, I'll take over and normally would go for a morning walk.
She said, is it okay if I tie him on my back with a mud cloth like we do in Zimbabwe? Yes, let's do that.
Archie's legs like this, like hugging Lauren like this, fast asleep. It was brilliant.
She just took care of not just Archie, but she took care of us. She definitely took care of me.
Besides having to face the media at the time, while also having a baby, there were some very happy private moments, as the couple shared more never-before-seen beautiful photographs in this episode, which include Archie as a little baby being bathed by his loving parents. And in another emotional shot, Meghan cradles him as a tiny newborn, sitting in front of a window, pressing her forehead against her son's. The couple kept their privacy for 4 months, until they went on their first royal tour with Archie, tagging along. And Harry explained what that experience was like.
Early into the job, we have to prepare for a tour. I'm like, what do I pack for a small prince?
Please place items in the locker carefully.
It's always been a bit of a royal thing to go on a tour with your child. The South Africa tour, Archie being 4 months old, and off we went and we took him with us. And it was the first time that we sort of traveled as a family for official work. It was a real strange experience.
The couple were living at Frogmore Cottage when Archie was born, and they revealed that they were ecstatic when Queen Elizabeth offered the home up to them.
They knew that they didn't want to bring Archie up in this frenzy that they lived in.
So then to suddenly have my grandmother go, there's a house, Frogmore Cottage, it's available, are you interested? Yes, please.
Yes. It was a place where we had so many memories. From our courtship, our engagement, our wedding, our walks. And then where we ended up, having our baby.
Prior to living at Frogmore, the couple were living in Nottingham Cottage, but they shared that Prince Harry would hit his head, and it wouldn't be what you'd expect from royals, as Oprah Winfrey joined them there for tea one time, and couldn't believe how they were living.
Favorite video? Thursday afternoon. Someone's happy. As far as people are concerned, we were living at a palace, and we were in a cottage.
We were living on
palace grounds.
Yeah. Kensington Palace sounds very regal. Of course it does. It says palace in the name. But Nottingham Cottage was so small.
The whole thing's on a slight lean, really low ceiling. So I don't know who was there before. They must have been very short.
He would just hit his head constantly in that place because he's so tall. Me with a hoe and H varnishing. It was just a chapter in our lives where I don't think anyone could believe what it was actually like behind the scenes.
Well, Oprah came over for tea, didn't she?
She did.
And when she came in, she sat down, she goes, no one would ever believe it.
No one would ever believe